Georgia, Georgia. What's going on, y'all? So look, I'm in Atlanta right now. I'm on 75. People from Atlanta probably say, no, you in Marietta, but I'm in Atlanta because this is where the traffic is starting at. So once you see the traffic start, that's how you know you're in Atlanta. So I'm just gonna say I'm in Atlanta right now, but I'm on 75. I gotta hit this 285 loop because we're headed to South Carolina. So 285 to 20 to 26, and then that should take me to Charleston, South Carolina. So I gotta deliver this load tomorrow. So while I'm riding somewhat slow, I thought I'd come in here and share this story with y'all. So on a previous video, I talked about the time that I backed into somebody's fuel tank at a truck stop. And, you know, I talked about that experience. So if you haven't seen that video, go ahead and watch that video. So on this one, I want to talk about the time that somebody ran into me. So this is 3 months after the situation I had at the truck stop. You know, it was embarrassing, you know, definitely don't want to go through that again. So I'm just about 3 months after my accident. So I was in North Carolina and I had just delivered a load that day, and I was headed home, but I didn't have enough time to make it home. I'd have probably had to go like probably 3 or 4 hours over my clock just to get home. So because I was on the east side of North Carolina, you know, Charlotte's all the way on the west side, so I wouldn't have had enough time to get home. So I stopped at a truck stop. It was a Pilot. I was gonna park at this Love's that was right down the street, but their parking lot was full, so I had to park at the Pilot. So I go into the truck stop, I take a shower, come back out, and I go to sleep. And I'm asleep, but I'm like half sleep, half woke at the same time, right? So I feel my truck shaking. Now, I didn't think nothing of it because when it's real windy outside, your truck is shaking. So that's what I thought it was. I thought it was just some strong wind that came through. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think nothing of it. So next thing I know, I hear a knock on my door. So, you know, my first thought is, I know I ain't parked nowhere I ain't supposed to be, because, you know, if y'all park certain places y'all not supposed to park, you know, I'm sure y'all, you know, you probably done got that knock before. You know, whether it's you're at a truck stop and you parking somewhere they don't want you to park, or just anywhere, you know, any random place, you know, it could be the popo, you know, knocking on your door trying to, you know, tell you gotta go somewhere else to park. So, you know, that was my first thought. My second thought was, you know, it's probably a lot lizard or something like that. So I get up, pull back the curtain. It's a guy standing right there, right? So I cracked the window. I'm like, yo, what's up? What's going on? He's like, hey, man, sorry I hit your truck. I'm like, you hit my truck? So I'm thinking like, okay, like it still wasn't clicking that was the shaking that I felt in my truck, because it wasn't like my truck shook real hard. It was just like a light shake, kind of like some wind came through. So I'm like, okay. So I get out the truck and I go to the front of the truck, and he bent the front fender of my truck. He like bent it in, and then he pushed the hood back. So like I could open my door, but I couldn't open my door as far as it usually could open, but I had enough room to open it to get out, you know. So, you know, I'm kind of scratching my head thinking, how did he even hit my truck? So I'm like, how did you hit my truck? He talking about, oh, I don't know, I just, you know, it just hit it. And I'm thinking like, it just hit it? Like, what you mean it just hit it? Like, you don't, like, stuff like that just don't happen. Like, what you mean like it just hit it? And he talking about, I don't know, I woke up and I was in front of your truck. So immediately I knew, fool, you didn't set your parking brake. Now, you know, we make mistakes, so I ain't going, you know, I'm not going to be too hard on him. How could I be? I just backed into somebody's fuel tank about 3 months prior, so, you know, I couldn't be too hard on him. So, but he didn't set his parking brake, so the truck just, you know, I don't know isn't there like a light or something that comes on if you don't set your parking brake? I don't know, but for whatever reason he ain't set his parking brake, and he went back in the sleeper, and the truck rolled forward and ended up hitting mine. So believe it or not, it happens all the time. I've seen videos of it happening. Drivers just forget to set their brake, and then the truck just rolls and hits somebody. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, I couldn't be too, I couldn't be too hard on him, because I'm like, well, I just backed it to somebody's fuel tank 3 months ago, so like I said, couldn't be too mad at him. I kind of felt like it was a little karma for me backing into that guy's fuel tank as well. So but anyways, we ended up exchanging information and all that, and he actually had a student with him, so I'm thinking maybe the student was driving and he didn't set the parking brakes, and the guy, the trainer, whatever, he didn't make sure they was set either. So but I ended up, there was a guy parked right next to me, and he ended up I ended up going over to him because he seen the whole situation. He said, yeah, he's like, it was crazy, man. He said the truck, it just started rolling forward. Like, he said they went back there in that sleeper. He said next thing you know, the truck just started rolling forward, and he said it was a loud noise when the truck hit. He said it was super loud. He's like, I don't know how you ain't even hear it. And I told him, I said, yeah, I felt the truck shake, but I ain't hear that noise. So but yeah, that's what happened. Nothing happened. The police didn't come or nothing like that. And, we exchanged insurance information and all that. I took photos of his truck, his license plates, his company, all that. Took photos of my truck, and I'll actually go ahead and
take exit 259 to 200.
All right, gotcha. So I'm gonna actually show y'all photos of the accident. So yeah, so that was an experience right there. But nobody got hurt or nothing like that. So that's all that matters at the end of the day, that we all walked away from it. So, but yeah, that's a little short story about the time I got hit. And I guess the lesson we all can learn for that, just make sure your parking brake is set. I'm kind of paranoid about certain stuff. I'm paranoid about my parking brake. Like, I don't even like parking on hills sometimes, just because I just don't really like it. But always make sure your parking brake is set, and your brake and your fifth wheel. Those are two things I'm paranoid about. I'm always checking my fifth wheel, and when I stop at night and I pull them brakes, I check several times. Sometimes when I go into the truck stop, like say I'm going to the truck stop to do whatever, I'll just make sure my brakes are set. Even though I know I set them, I just check again just to make sure before I go in there, because things, like I said, things like that happen. It happens all the time, believe it or not. So, but yeah, hopefully I get to this 285 loop. I got it says 1.8 miles before I get there. So the crazy thing is it'll probably be traffic as soon as I get there too. So it is what it is. But yeah, appreciate y'all for watching. Thanks to all the subscribers. Thanks to all the people that like my videos. Thanks to all the people that leave comments. I appreciate everybody. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Peace.